Teddy Feinberg, Brook Stockburger, Teddy and Brook Show, our weekly sports program here. And we're going to get the ball rolling immediately talking Aggie basketball in the WAC tournament. I spoke to Jason Groves about a half hour ago. He was at the Orleans Arena watching the opening round game between Utah Valley and Texas Pan American. It sounded like he was at an Iron Maiden concert.
Yeah. Well, they had a drum line going and everything.
It was
quite
very
fantastic
loud.
at the Orleans in New Orleans. I mean, no, the Orleans in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we know who you're getting at.
It's Sin City. You always get confused.
What do you think of Aggies playing Seattle tonight?
Well, they should beat them, obviously. They swept the season series with Seattle. Seattle has a losing record, so I'm not very impressed by Seattle. I think the Aggies should win this game. I mean, there's not much to say, I don't think.
Aggies should win the WAC tournament. The problem is the Aggies, they're just very unpredictable, and it's almost so obvious they should win the WAC tournament. You know, when it's that obvious, I almost get nervous.
Yeah. I'm prepared to say, in my gut, I feel like the Aggies will not win the WAC tournament. It's not a logical thing. It's just a gut feeling type of thing. And, they've disappointed on the road this year before when they should have won. Kansas City, Chicago.
Yeah.
I just got a weird feeling they're going to choke it.
I think they'll win because, again, if most teams would take the Aggies' talent, certainly the teams in the WAC would take the Aggies' talent. They have a talented team. They should win. They have a history of success in the WAC tournament. One year, they're not going to win the WAC tournament. It's not going to work out for them. But I think this year they will. Until they lose, I'm going to say.
Do you feel like they're in the right place mentally? The team psyche is where it should be?
I never really know about this team, but I think they'll win the WAC tournament.
All right, we'll see.
Aggie women, Mark Track, he had a death in the family. His mother passed away, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. But they opened their WAC tournament competition yesterday, and they came back from 15 down and beat Texas Pan American.
I didn't even hear the end of that game on the radio. I just assumed they lost, and then I told that they won. I was like, wow, good for the ladies. Impressive. They only had 11 wins coming into the tournament, and they take out Texas Pan American. Now they got to play Idaho, which Idaho's a really tough
Idaho
team.
has a great record. They made, for WAC standards, they have a very good team. They made the NCAA tournament last year. A lot of people would say they were almost unbeaten. No, they're in an unbeatable team going into the WAC tournament. But, of course, it's single elimination basketball. I don't think anyone in the WAC is unbeatable. And I will say, I think the Aggies, Tamara Inouye stepped in replacement of Coach Track. She's a very good assistant coach. She had a lot of success coaching basketball overseas. They did a great job. So they're going to come in prepared. We'll see how it goes down. Again, Idaho, I believe they were 15-1 in WAC play this year. So.
Yeah, number one seed.
They had a great team. State basketball, we had a bunch of teams battling it out in Albuquerque this week. The Mayfield girls are actually playing as we're talking right now. They're playing Cibola. Mayfield ranked number 2, or Mayfield ranked number 3, Cibola ranked number 2. That's in the semifinals round. The Centennial boys are playing number 1 ranked Roswell tonight, and the Hatch Valley girls lost today in their semifinal game against Tularosa. Any thoughts or analysis on the tournament?
Well, really good run for Hatch. Hats off to them. And it really stinks.
Ben Trujillo, former Oñate.
Exactly. And it stinks getting one game away from the title game. But a good season for them. Mayfield girls, we've talked about them before. Georgia Maya, great coach. They're always tough. They get through this game today, which it might go down to the wire. There's number 1 Clovis. You were just telling me about those before we went on the air, about how tough they are. So they have a really tough road ahead of them. But nothing would surprise me with Mayfield girls. And Centennial, second year in their program. Wow.
They have a great team.
Good for them. Yeah, really good for them.
They have a great team. They beat Kirtland Central yesterday, and that was not an easy game to win. Roswell's a great team. Centennial actually lost to Roswell earlier in the year at home. I know Steve Heredia and the boys were looking to get back at the Coyotes in the pit. Certainly won't be easy. But again, they're one of the top teams in the state. So is Mayfield. Brook alluded to. I think Roswell in boys and Clovis in 5A girls are the clear-cut favorites to win the whole thing. That doesn't mean Mayfield and Centennial can't beat them. There's two of the elite teams in state. Mesilla Valley Christian lost yesterday. They got to the pit. Cruces High boys basketball, they had a great run as a 10 seed. They lost last night or yesterday afternoon to number 2 ranked Sandia, but Cruces High had a great year, so big ups to Coach Benjamin and the boys as well. Aggie football, they are opening spring practices now. The practices were originally going to be closed to the public, and now they came out and they said they were going to be open for a whopping hour every day.
Well, and they should be open. People like to go out. I mean, they don't draw big crowds to the practices, but you see some diehards that are out there, and they like to see the players play. And I don't think they're going to really give up any secrets here during spring practice, but it would be nice if they would open them up the whole time. And it's kind of questionable starting on a Sunday. It's kind of a weird Selection Sunday. A lot of people are going to be interested about basketball. It might take away a little tension from the Aggie football team. But this is an important time of year. Get that offense in work. You got new players coming in. You got to get them used to your system.
The practice should definitely be open. There's no scouts coming to watch Aggie football this time of year. I can assure you they're not going to be flying helicopters over the stadium to come spy on you. I'm glad to see they are opening them for an hour because it's the right move for sure. Clearly, the quarterback competition is going to be something to watch. They only, according to their press release, head coach Doug Martin said junior college transfer Tyler Rogers is going to get a long look in spring ball. That makes sense. They recruited 6 quarterbacks, 5 of which are freshmen, so none are even going to be on campus at this point. And also a young defense, very young defense, and first-year defensive coordinator Larry Coyer is in tow. He's a veteran coordinator, so the development of that defense, 2 key things to look for in spring ball. And, of course, the kicking game. Folks, thanks for checking us out as always. At Teddy Feinberg on Twitter, at B Stockburger on Twitter, Sun News Sports Facebook page for the latest and greatest, as always, on our standard website, lcsun-news.com.
Shoot us a question if you have any. We used to take questions. Remember that? Shoot us a tweet or send us an email.
Absolutely. We really encourage that. We want reader interaction. So, yeah, do it. See ya.